stand from Home Cycles. This video explains installation and servicing the docking station. First of all, ensure that the bike is powered down, and then remove the battery. Inspect the ball nose cap for damage. If the ball nose cap is damaged, use a 3mm Allen wrench to loosen the bolts and replace the ball nose cap. When replacing it, orient it in the furthest from the head tube location or furthest from the docking station. Inspect the docking station connector and housing for any damage. If the docking station is damaged or not functioning, first step is to remove the cable guide cap with a 2mm Allen wrench. First, disconnect the BionX communication cable from the front. Ensure the zip ties are disconnected from the power cable. Disconnect the power cable as well as the communication cable. If you are servicing a bike with integrated lights, you'll need to disconnect the lighting cable by pulling it through until you reach the Scotch butt and disconnecting at that point. The rear light can be disconnected by pulling the light cable through the frame until you reach the Scotch butt and disconnecting at that point. Using a 3mm Allen wrench, loosen and remove the 3 bolts securing the docking station. Remove the docking station by carefully pulling the cabling through and feeding it up through the frame. Reinstalling the docking station, use a fishing line to fish the cables through the frame. When feeding the cables back into the frame, ensure you are not putting undue stress on the docking station or pulling on this cable. When the cables are installed correctly, the docking station should rest about an inch below the mounting point. Before reinstalling the bolts, be sure to use blue Loctite and re-Loctite them. When installing the docking station, mount the metal bolt first, then ensure that the docking station rests as high as possible and towards the middle of the bike as possible. Lightly fasten the docking station in place in the correct orientation and tighten all the bolts to 5 Nm. Reconnect the communication cables by lining up the white dot with the arrow. Reconnect the communication cable and the power connector. You note how to connect the power connector in the servicing the rear wheel video. The bike has integrated lights. Reconnect the light cables with a Scotch butt connector. Apply a thin layer of dielectric grease around the O-ring on the docking station connector. This aids in connectivity. Next, reinstall the battery and power on the system. If after you power up the battery, the lights are solid here, you've made a secure connection. If the lights in the RC3 are flashing, it means that the battery has not made a secure connection with the docking station. First, you'll need to remove the battery and then adjust the mounting position of the bull nose and the docking station. Ensure that the bull nose is in the farthest position from the docking station and that the docking station is in the highest and most inward mounting point. After adjustment, reinstall the battery and check to see if the RC3 lights are solid. If they are, you're good to go.